So I get to the yard, the rock yard this morning, called the lady pulling in, said, I'm here. She said, okay. So I'm waiting on the loader guy. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, 15, 20 minutes. I'm there 30 minutes, and so I decided to kick the seat back a little bit, maybe take me a little nappy poo. And then when it's 9 o'clock, and I'm like calling the office and said, what's the deal? Oh, well, you need to let us know you're here. I said, I told you I was pulling in. It happens. It happens. Their loader was down, and they didn't have enough rock. And so 12 noon, 1 o'clock is when the loader's up and going. The rock is ready for me. So I go back out, get a load, and we just got it spread. Probably going to have to get 2 more loads. And so we're going back today. As far as me doing anything on my business, nah, that didn't happen at all. Well, I did get by Home Depot and pick some stuff up. So there you have it on that. But regardless, now I'm headed back to get a load of rock, get it delivered at least so they can get it done and spread today. Customers really want to get this wrapped up this week, and so trying to make it happen as best we can. Unfortunately, you know, when you're entrepreneur, solopreneur, hustler, opportunist, whatever you want to call it, not every day goes as planned, okay? And, you know, when you're trying to make the most of time, and it was like, you know, I arrived at the rock yard at 8 o'clock, and, you know, that's when they open. You know, things could have been different, but, you know, it is what it is, and you just got to roll with it. You know, one of the biggest attributes being in business for yourself is you got to be able to pivot on a moment's notice. You know, something happens, something fails, employees don't show up, materials don't come in on time. All of these things are beyond your control, okay? Do the best you can with what you got. And, you know, some people just have emotional breakdowns and they just go, you know, from this kind of stuff and everything. You're not going to survive and you're not going to thrive if you do it like that. You know, this is not the end of the world. You know, you push things back, reschedule, make phone calls, whatever it is you got to do. But it's not the end of the world. There he is, folks, about to get us loaded up. We're getting that right there. That's that limestone number 57. We're going to get a hair just under 5 tons. And that way we're legit, because trailer weighs 4,000. Everything's rated for 14,000. And he'll have to do that. And then he'll figure out the weight on it. Might have to dump a little bit. All right. So everything's looking good. And there we go. It's pretty cool. You can feel it. He's good about loading it right on the axles and everything, and that's where you want the weight. You don't want it in the middle or on the end, especially not on the end, because then it takes the ass end of the truck away from you. Boom, there you have it. 4.98 tons right under it. You can definitely feel the old truck straining. I'm looking at possibly getting a new F-250 with that 7.3 liter. It's got more horsepower, plus it's got more torque as well. But then I sit there and I look, and that 6.7 diesel Ford got 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, twice as much as the gas motor does. Just incredible. One thing about it, folks, you always want to leave plenty of room between anybody else when you're driving with a load like this. Got to have brakes in good shape on the trailer, which I do. However, if somebody's an idiot and pulls out in front of you quickly, you always want to have room to slow down. There's a lot of momentum right here. We're loaded up, we're headed there now and everything, but woo-wee, you can tell it's got a load on it. Yep, ain't no doubt. Them tires are crunch down. So this is when you really are thankful that you keep the maintenance up on your vehicles, the bearings lubed up. I mean, these things are money makers, and your maintenance is you buying an insurance policy that you're not going to have a costly breakdown. And probably every one of my trailers, I think in the last 3.5 years, I've replaced the hydraulic on them. They're expendable. I think they're less than $500. You know, and that's about the cheapest thing on the whole thing. But about every 6 months, I have the trailer brakes adjusted, the wheel bearings greased. You know, when I was running the Hurricane, doing all the roofing crew trailers, and you know, constantly dropping and hooking every day, 7 days a week. You know, I'd get them bearings lubed up every 30 days, and just to be on the safe side with it and everything, because last thing I need is a mechanical failure due to me trying to save a couple dollars, and then I kill somebody or their kids or something of that nature. You know, that's bad business right there. One thing, when I had that Cummins turbo diesel, pulling out into traffic is nothing, because it's got all that torque. I think that one had like 980 foot-pounds of torque. Had the high output diesel 6.7, and I just wish the truck wasn't a lemon. Had problems with it the first 200 miles, you know, and then 8,000 miles after the warranties expired, of course, the diesel particulate filter went out, and I'm like, I'm just done. And wasn't so bad, the truck itself, but man, the maintenance and the oil changes and everything, and I don't do that myself. I'm not set up. I don't have a garage, you know, and so I pay to get that stuff done. I got a great mechanic, reasonable rates and everything, but still, you know, and I drive a lot. I really do. And, you know, last month I spent right at $1,000 on gas in this truck that I got here. And so you can imagine the kind of mileage that I put on during the week. You know, it ain't uncommon to go, you know, 300 miles in 2 days and 3 days. You know, it seems like I'm buying a tank of gas every 5th day, and more than likely I'm going to be buying a tank of gas here in about 30 minutes. And once I get this load dropped and then start heading back, if I need a third load, then I'll have to stop by the gas station, because it's about on E, and getting about 5 miles to the gallon, you know, right now with this big load behind it and everything. So a suggestion that anybody was going to do the dump trailer hustle, and you know, you're trying to get in on it as a budget, I would look for a big gas motor, 460, 8.1. I got my backup truck, my old 2001 wheel drive extended cab. That's the backup truck, and it's got the 496 in it. It will pass anything but a gas station, okay? It'll haul. It's basically got the same torque specs as the 6.4. This truck I'm in now is the 2014 Dodge with the 6.4 gas burner in it. The Chevy has the Allison transmission, which I like a whole bunch more than whatever this one's got. So then the situation is more in the sense of, you know, it's always good to have a backup truck. But what I'm saying is I would actually take a gas burner truck and convert it, and probably get a 410 gear rear end put in, and also get the gearing and the transfer case done as well, and build it. You will come out far ahead as far as not having to do all of the maintenance like a diesel, and that will put money in your pocket in the long run. I know there's a gentleman that reached out a couple years ago, and he said that he's doing the dump trailer hustle, and he's got 6.0s in his Chevys, and he said, you know, they work great and everything. He said every 2 years I'm having to, you know, put a new transmission in them, and he said, but you know, I'm pulling some god-awful loads with them and everything. And he also had, I think, lower rear ends, and so they had more pulling power, just no top end for mileage. And I mean, if you're running around town and pulling loads on a regular basis, mileage is not a concern. Getting there safely is. So there you have it. See that intersection way ahead? Guess what? We're already slowing down. You have got to be careful with these kind of loads, folks. I'm telling you, if somebody pull out in front of you real quick, and you know, it just won't stop on a dime. There's a lot of weight on this thing, and so we're just easing on into it and everything. Now, see, like that guy could try to cut in front of me, and then I'd have to stop on it and everything. So you just got to be careful.
Pull up a little bit, Rob.
Hang on. And there you have it. This one's gonna hurt. I know it is. Ouchie, wah wah. That hurts. Gotta get us a little liquid refreshment, keep us cool and hydrated. I'm gonna get some of that right there. Ooh, that good ice. So here we are. The day is done. It's about 9:15 at night and got things wrapped up. Customers happy, and they told me, said, rock got spread. I backed up, saluted the house, and it's done completely. And so now it's a situation of, I just hope to get some sleep. And I was thinking about today, it would have been real easy to get sideways, get mad, get aggravated. What did I learn from today? I learned that I need to call the rock yard up front before going and make sure that I can get loaded when I get there. Tomorrow I plan on getting to the job site, putting my phone down and not touching it till 12 noon so I can get some stuff done. We have got to make this happen so that we can move forward to the next part of the equation with what we have going on. So, it is what it is, folks. And, if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not. That's all there is to it. So if you need me, reach out in the job or in the description on the video is my email address. Send me an email, include your phone number. I'll give you a call. You can have, 15 minutes of my time for free. I'll answer any questions you got. The only thing I would ask is just make sure you got yours prepared. And I'm not going to get into a debate with anybody. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer. You can say, why is it that you do that? Or why do you think that way? But if you're going to tell me why it's not going to work for you, I'm going to say, you're right. It won't. There you go. Done. And I have had people that said, well, that sounds real good, but that's not going to work for me. And I'm like, you're right. It won't, because I'm not going to argue with anybody. So there you have it. Have a wonderful evening.